Today's the second and final deadline set in the alleged ransom note for Nancy Guthrie as the desperate search for this 84-year-old mother enters its 9th day.
I mean, the whole thing is just tragic. The Guthrie family says they will pay, sending this heart-wrenching message to their mother's abductors over the weekend.
We received your message, and we understand. We beg you now to return our mother to us so that we can celebrate with her. This is the only way we will have peace. This is very valuable to us, and we will pay.
So Matt Finn is live outside Nancy's home in Tucson, Arizona with the latest. Matt.
Good morning, guys. So today is the final day for the Guthrie family to pay out millions of dollars demanded by these alleged captors of their 84-year-old mother, Nancy. Now, yesterday, Fox Digital captured investigators using a pole to probe what appears to be a water hole or drainage pipe behind Nancy Guthrie's home here. Also on Saturday, Fox Digital captured investigators at the home of Savannah's sister Annie, apparently taking pictures on the property at night. Law enforcement in unmarked cars spent about 2.5 hours at the sister's house Saturday night, which is about 4 miles away from Nancy Guthrie's home where we are. Now on Friday, President Trump indicated there could be developments soon.
We have some clues, I think, that are very strong, and I think we could have some answers coming up fairly soon.
Is this a nationwide search? Is this a search going to Mexico?
I'm not talking about a search. I'm talking about a solution. We have some things, I think, that will maybe come out reasonably soon from DOJ or FBI or whoever that could be
A suspect?
Yeah, could be definitive.
Now, the Pima County Sheriff posting yesterday, the Nancy Guthrie investigation is ongoing. Follow-up continues at multiple locations. No suspects, persons of interest, or vehicles have been identified. No scheduled press briefings. If any significant developments occur in case, a press conference will be called. Now, that statement says no suspects or persons of interest have been identified. That's publicly. We know that law enforcement behind the scenes is apparently building a case here on the ground, and they could privately be following all types of leads. Back to you guys.
Hey, Matt, do we know anything about any family member that might have had trouble with the law in the past? Have they gone extensively? I know the first thing they want to do is rule out the family in any situation like this. But do we know of anything that might have popped up, like a red flag?
The Pima County Sheriff's Office told us that it is standard to talk to all family members in situations like this. And that is, basically the only thing that they have told us about talking to family or their backgrounds.
All right. Thanks so much, Matt. Appreciate it.
So the local reporters have been getting, the stations have been getting these letters through email where the kidnapped abductors are making their demands known. TMZ got the first one, and they said that the second deadline, which is today, is more dire. Here's Harvey Levin talking about that.
There was something in that letter that caught my eye at the end where they mentioned both, now I can say it because the FBI said it, an Apple Watch and a damaged floodlight. What I found interesting, because we knew she wore an Apple Watch, there are pictures of her with Savannah with that watch, but they mentioned where the watch was, the placement of the watch in the house. And that's not something that was out there. So I had a long talk with the Sheriff's Department. A couple hours later, the FBI called, and they wanted a lot of information. So when I said there are 2 deadlines, yes, there is one that changes the demand, and that's the one that that has already passed. And the one on Monday is far more consequential.
So let's bring in our next guest, who says every conversation is a chance to shift the kidnappers' thinking to a resolution. Former FBI hostage negotiator Chip Massey joins us now. Mr. Massey, thank you so much for coming on with us.
Oh, thank you.
What do you make of the latest? And today is the deadline, that second deadline.
Right. So you can imagine everything is extremely tense right now. The poor family that has been through all of this. Hopes are high, right? But it has to be tempered with that changes can happen at any point in time. So the idea here is to remain steady, on the course, not not allow little dips and troughs upset them.
What do you think changed that the Bureau is advising the family to pay the ransom, or at least say through communication that they're willing to pay?
I think that's always a decision for the family to make. It's never easy, right? Because you just don't know, is this going to be a real thing? Are they really going to come through with what we need? And we can all put ourselves in that situation. Obviously, we can't say, oh my gosh, this is my family member. But if you think about it, there isn't any amount of money you wouldn't spare, right, to get your loved one back.
But think about it. We have a 2-track investigation. It seems like they're digging in the family septic tank. They're looking to the sister-in-law's house. They're going back and impounding a car. At the same time, the family is taking the ransom letters as legitimate and real, and they're cutting tape after tape, saying, "Oh, I'll pay for this." Do you think the investigators are on a different page than the family?
No. The idea here is that they have to cover everything. And there might be little pieces of evidence, little pieces of clues that lead to something that might have been not seen before, or as they're interviewing the family members, they're getting more details like, oh, that wasn't mentioned before. Let's go back and take a look at that. But everyone is being talked to. Every lead is being uncovered.
Are you comfortable with the with Sheriff going to the basketball game on Saturday night while Savannah Guthrie is addressing the second deadline?
Everybody handles stress differently. I'm sure he has his most capable people working on it. But, ultimately what is that there are thousands of people working on this case. And I know they're giving their best.
When Savannah released that video on Saturday with her brother and sister that we just aired, the latest one saying we will pay, it sounds like she said, we got your message and we understand. How did she get the message from the person who has her mom?
Right. So a lot of that we're not privy to, but obviously she was talking to the captors, right? She was saying something to them that made sense according to that message. So it's very disciplined, it's very pointed, and she's making sure she hits what she needs to so that captor, it resonates with them.
Chip, do you have, I know it's hard for law enforcement, especially to criticize other law enforcement because you don't know what information that they may have there. But are you comfortable with how the investigation is being run right now? Because so many people I know in the field, it's like, you just don't do that. When you have a crime scene, you got cooperating family, you don't release the crime scene. There's no reason to, because you may have to go back to it. So are you comfortable with how they're handling the investigation right now?
Here's what I know, and that's a great question, is that the very best are there. They're working on it.
Who's leading?
Who's leading? It's a cooperative endeavor. Again, I'm not privy to all that information, but, the FBI works hand in hand with the local law enforcement.
If the local law enforcement allows it, right?
Well, yeah, but there's no reason to believe, from everything we're seeing, that there's not a great cooperation going on.
Chip, you're great. Thank you so much for joining the program this morning.
I'm Steve Ducey.
I'm Brian Kilmeade.
And I'm Ainsley Earhart. And click here to subscribe to the Fox News YouTube page to catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis.